Hi there everybody, this is Natasha Wilkinson, your independent Scentsy consultant from Mount Isa, Australia. Welcome back to another episode of Wax in My Home. If you've been following me along on this little series, we're actually going through my 2023 melting plan. I'm showing you what wax I currently have on hand. I'm talking about what wax I expect to come over the next 12 months in a Scentsy Club subscription. I know I will probably be getting more than just my Scentsy Club subscription, but based on my Scentsy Club subscriptions and what wax I currently have, I have been putting in place a 2023 melting plan for me to try and get through all of this wax. In doing that, I have been breaking my wax up into separate categories of how I actually warm my wax through the year. So I have taken you currently through my winter wax. I've taken you through my bakery wax, which I warm all year round. I've taken you through the wax I specifically like to use in my main bedroom, which I also use all year round. And I've taken you through my bathroom and laundry wax that I like to use in that area that I use all year round. My winter wax I will typically use from April through to October. This next category we're going to talk about, I call it my girl's room, although she actually shares a room with her 3-year-old brother. So let me talk a little bit about her room before we delve into what wax I have on hand, what wax I have in my Scentsy Club for this room, just to give you an idea of how I work her room and her little brother's room. So her room I also quite often use as the testing zone, and by that I mean any new collections that come through, any new wax that comes through that I haven't tried, I will often try out in her room. Now, I do that for a number of reasons. Her room, I don't know whether it's the warmers she has in her room, the position of the warmers, the size of her room, or if it's a combination of different things. But I have found her room to pick up even the lighter waxes that I can get no throw anywhere else in any other room of the house. So if a wax is really light and I try it in her room, sometimes it will work fantastic in her room. So in saying that, when we go through this little inventory, you're probably going to see some lighter waxes, but it also comes off our hallway and sometimes it will even funnel into the main area. So her room is really good because it will even pick up the lighter waxes as well as the stronger waxes, as well as everything else. Is a really good indication for me when I'm testing wax to see how long it may last, whether it's a strong performer or a light performer, whether it's open concept wavy or something for a smaller room. And it also allows me to enjoy waxes that I probably wouldn't otherwise purchase if I really like the scent but I just can't get any throw from them, because I tend to be able to pick up a good amount of throw in her room. As I said, it could be the combination of her warmers, and she does have a few warmers in her room, but I have found that the 2 warmers that work best in her room when I'm testing are her Winnie the Pooh warmer and the Tinkerbell warmer, which was a charity warmer a few years back. I will post pictures of these particular warmers up. They are no longer available up above, but they're both ceramic warmers. They warm really well and they throw really well in her room. She does have a couple of glass warmers in her room as well. I don't have all her warmers running at the same time. She also has the ceramic warmer of Stella the Unicorn. I used to warm wax in that one, but I typically really don't anymore, because with their head it's very enclosed and it's kind of fiddly to clean out. So that's more in there for decoration style. Then she has the blue crystal warmer from March, January, February, March, April's warmer of the quarter, the blue quartz warmer in there, and she also, I think, has the aerial warmer in there as well. So that's just to give you an indication of the warmers that are in her room. Quite often I'm usually only using 2 warmers at a time, and then I kind of alternate between them. So I'm not always often running all the warmers in her room, but I can warm a full bar, particularly if it's a lighter scent in her room, in one hit, and sometimes I'll just warm a half a bar at a time in her room as well, as I said, depending on the scent. But her room is my testing room. But saying that, there are also specific scents I do specifically like to warm in her room as well, and that is what we're about to go through in my inventory in just a moment. But before I delve into that, let me just say the wax I'm about to show you is from my own personal stock. It is not for sale, it is for our own personal use. And this is the wax that I love to warm in her room and the room she shares with her 3-year-old brother. So let's delve into it. Now, I tend to go for a lot of fruity, sweet scents for her room. Occasionally I do like to throw in the occasional lavender scent, but they were talked more about in my bedroom stash. But if I'm trying to calm the 3-year-old down, I will kind of reach from my stash for one of the lavender scents as well. So, but let's delve into what would probably be more specific for my daughter and my son's room. So I have 2 bars of Moana Spirit of Motunui. I'm likely to go through this in the next couple of months. This is not my favourite scent. It wasn't club worthy for me. It smells like an underripened watermelon to me. By itself, I'm not the biggest fan. But when I mix this with Go Go Mango or Totally Mini, absolutely love it. So when it did come back last year, I did pick up another 2 bars just so I could do that really sweet, fruity, watermelony mix at the peak of summer when it's really, really hot, because it is juicy, it is very fruity, and it is very tropical. Then I have 1 bar of Totally Mini, which will be used, as I said, probably to mix with Moana Spirit of Motunui. This is a really, really light scent. If I were to warm this anywhere else in my house, I would get no thread. But it does complement Moana Spirit of Motunui really well. So this is currently in our catalogue. So I did pick 1 bar up just so I could do that combination in my daughter's room. Then I have Disney Princess True Love Awaits. This is another one from our catalogue. This is a tart, fruity raspberry scent. My daughter enjoys this one probably a little bit more than me. It's a little bit too tart to my nose, but if you like scents like Cloudberry Dreams, which I absolutely love, this is to me a little bit more of a tartar, fruity version of that. Then I have 2 bars of Scooby-Doo Zoinks. I do currently have this in a quarterly scented club. I actually haven't warmed through any of this though yet to decide whether it's going to stay in that quarterly scented club. On cold though, it is really pretty. It is a very sugary, fruit punchy, fruity scent. We got Bitty Buddies, I think last Easter, in Rainbow Sherbet, and this kind of, to me, gives me a little bit of those Rainbow Sherbet vibes with maybe a little bit more of a strawberry essence about it when I smell this on cold. As I said, I haven't actually gone through a warming of Scooby-Doo Zoinks yet, but I do intend to do that this summer, hopefully before my next shipment, which has this club in there, in my club, to decide whether it's actually going to stay in my club. Then I have another one that is currently in my club on a quarterly basis. I have 2 bars of Dumbo Circus Parade. This is a very bright, citrusy, creamy scent. My son's birthday is the 26th of July. My daughter's birthday is the 19th of July. And during that week, I tend to throw this bar in their warmers because it's very bright, it's very cheerful, it's happy, and it's kind of because the last few years I've done that, become a little tradition that this is their birthday bar that gets warmed during their birthday week. If I did have to delete a scent from my Summer Scentsy Club, this is probably high up there on that deleting list, only because there are other scents in my Summer Scentsy Club that I enjoy more. And while I don't reach for this often, when I do reach for it, I do find it very bright, cheerful and zesty. And I do tend to usually only reach for it during actually their birthday week. That tends to be majority when I reach for it. But I've been eyeing this off and I've been feeling in the mood for this. So I think after I'm over my Christmassy wax in December, when I'm ready to get gun-ho into my summer melting, this might be one that will end up in the warmers. So we will see in the near future. So another one I have, which is currently in our catalogue, is Disney Mickey Mouse and Friends. Haven't actually ever warmed through a bar of this, which is why I've picked it up. It smells very fruity, sweet, peachy, almost a sugary peachy to me. I'm thinking when I throw ruby nectarine or peachy and palm trees through my open concept warmers here, that this will make its way into my daughter's room. And then I have one little lone bar left of Monsters Inc. This was in my Scentsy Club for a while. I did end up taking it out and buying a fair few, and it was in clearance in 2020. So it hasn't come back since 2020, and this is my last bar. I've slowly been going through it each summer. This is another very bright, zesty, fruity scent. It's got that tartness of the grapefruit. If you liked Be Fabulous, if you liked We're All Mad Here, very similar vibes, a little bit more zesty and grapefruity. So, next basket I have. Now this was in my Scentsy Club until recently, and I did just recently take it out because, as you can see, I was getting a little bit of a stockpile. And that is Ursula Poor Unfortunate Souls. I actually have 4 of these, and I'm probably going to regret taking it out of my Scentsy Club. Out of the 3 villains scents, this is the one I probably reached for the least, even though I liked all of them equally. And I tend to only reach for this in summertime, and I tend to only warm it in my daughter's room because it is a light warmer. And that's kind of the reason I ended up taking it out of my club, because I had 4. I only reached for it at specific times of the year, and being a light performer, I can get through 2 warmings of this in my daughter's room. So I literally have 8 warmings of this already on hand. So this is a very aquatic, fruity scent. It's sweet and bright and perfect for my daughter's room. Along the similar aquatic, fruity vibes, I also have 2 The Little Mermaid Kiss the Girl. So again, this is aquatic and fruity. This is a little bit more tart, whereas For Unfortunate Souls to me is a little bit more sweet. But again, it's something I really enjoy in my daughter's room, and again I find is quite a light performer. So I did end up taking this one out of my club as well. It was in my club for a short period of time. One that is currently in my club on a quarterly basis, and I don't have any plans in deleting any time soon, is Experiment 626 Stitch. This is again aquatic and fruity, but whereas Ursula and the Little Mermaid Kiss the Girl was more fruity, aquatic, berry, this is more tropical, aquatic. You can smell that sugar cane almost coming across coconutty in there. This is one that my daughter absolutely loves, and I do actually enjoy warming this in the laundry and bathroom as well. And normally, when this comes in our quarterly club, it gets used up straight away because it's one my daughter will reach for all year round, not just in summer. It's one I reach for more in summer. But it was out recently, and the last time it was out, I did pick up a few extra because I was just using it so frequently out of my Scentsy Club. So I do have a few back up to get through this summer, and I will have one come every quarter also this summer. Then I have 3 of Aladdin 3 Wishes. I wish I had kept this in my Scentsy Club. I ended up deciding to take this out of my Scentsy Club when it was in there because I had Berry Bright available in the catalogue. And to me, Berry Bright, Blueberry Rush and Aladdin 3 Wishes are very similar with slight differences. But I still feel this is my favourite out of all 3. So if it were to come back, it would probably go in my Scentsy Club. This is like a blueberry cotton candy. I've been hoarding these 3, but I am going to make a concerted effort to start warming through some of these bars I've been hoarding because they're not available in my Scentsy Club. I mean, what's the point of us having them if we're not going to enjoy? Then I have, and I believe this is from the last Bring Back My Bar, 2 Berry Bubble Blue. Again, it's going to give you similar vibes to Aladdin 3 Wishes, Berry Bright, Blueberry Rush. It's another kind of blueberry cotton candy scent. And speaking of Berry Bright, I do have 1 Berry Bright, which I picked up in my last bundle and save 6-pack. It is currently available in our catalogue, and it's just a sweet, bright blueberry scent. So, we're on to the last little tub here of scents, and then we'll talk about some numbers. So, I have here, again, another one that is in my quarterly club, and that is Disney's We're All Mad Here. This is actually the scent that actually started my Scentsy Club, if you can believe it or not, and actually sent me down the do I want a Scentsy Club? Am I desperate enough to want to have and always get my bar? It's quickly skyrocketed from that to quite a few club bars, but this is the scent that started me on my Scentsy Club journey. It is just a fruity, fizzy, bright, happy, fruit punchy scent, and I absolutely love it. Whether it comes out of my Scentsy Club at any stage, I cannot tell you. It's a very pretty play on sweet and tart. I'm kind of feeling I'm liking Zoinks better on cold, so I don't know whether I would want to keep both in my club. But this does have a soft spot in my heart, being the scent that started me off on Scentsy Club. As you can see, I've got 3 to enjoy this summer. Then I have from our last catalogue that retired in our last autumn winter catalogue, 2 Berry Fairy Tale. This was in the clearance section, so I don't believe it's coming back. This is just a fruity, raspberry, strawberry type scent. Actually never warmed a bar, so I did pick up 2 to try this summer. It will probably go into my daughter's room because on cold it does smell a little bit candy-like to my nose. Another one that's in my club, Angel Experiment 624, a creamy strawberry milkshake. Absolutely love that. Get this quarterly in my club. Will probably never leave my club. And then finally in this collection for my daughter's room, we had 3, which I picked up from the last flash sale, Love and Kisses Mini. This was actually in the catalogue when I first joined in 2020. And it's another very strawberry, fruity scent. I really enjoyed warming it in my daughter's room when it was available in the catalogue. But again, it's another one of those scents that I find quite light, which is why it never made its way to my club when it retired. But I did have to pick up a few from the flash sale when they came in the flash sale, just so we could enjoy some more bars again. So, they are the bars that are available. Well, they're not available for purchase, but they are the bars that I have to warm specifically in my daughter and my son's room. Now let's talk about some numbers, shall we? So, we're going into my daughter's room, keeping in mind that my average melt is 30 to 50 bars a month. I currently have 58 bars here that we just talked about on hand to get through over the next 12 months in 2023. Now, no, sorry, 35 bars. I was reading to you from the bathroom laundry, which we did yesterday. So I currently have 35 bars. I will be getting Dumbo quarterly, which means I'll be getting another 3 Dumbo through the year. I will be getting another 3 Zoinks through the year. I will be getting another 3 Angel Experiment 626 through the year. Another 3 Wear or Mad Here through the year. And another 3 Angel and Stitch through the year. So that's an extra 15 bars I'm expecting to come through Scentsy Club, not including any extra purchases I do outside of Scentsy Club. So if I were to divide that into a 12-month period from January to December, I would need to pull 4 bars a month from my daughter's bedroom category to get through currently what I have on hand and then currently what's coming through Scentsy Club in a 12-month period. So that is my goal. That is quite a doable goal combined with the other goals. 4 bars a month is basically 1 bar a week in my daughter's room over a monthly period. So we quite easily go through 1 bar a week in her room. So that will be my goal for 2023 with Piper and Logan's room, who is here throwing all the bars that I just showed you because he just wants to be a cheeky little baby as usual. But that's my goal for 2023. I hope you enjoyed this next segment of Waxing My Home. I look forward to speaking to you again in the next segment. Until then, stay safe, have a Merry Christmas, and bye for now.